Hey, do you know a guy named Chris? Tall, always in sneakers?
Chris? Yeah, we used to date a while back.
Wait, you know Chris too?
Mm-hmm.
Dated me last summer.
The dislike for passport roles around the world comes from the lack of commitment. It comes from the lack of commitment that men are showing when they're traveling. It comes from men that are what they call in Thailand and what they still call butterflies. Men jumping from one woman to the next, to the next, to the next. It comes from men not showing any signs that they're ready to settle down. This is one of the many reasons why passport roles, men, travelers, Americans specifically, are ignored, are not taken serious while traveling to the...
Hey, excuse me?
No.
I don't like passport bros. I don't like passport bros.
Whoa.
Not for me.
Oh, okay then.
You know, the name passport role in its inception was geared towards men going overseas and finding their partners, finding their wives, right? Although those things did exist prior to this word coming out, right? Because men have been going overseas and looking for wives and spouses and submissive women for a very long time, right? I remember people talking about men going to Germany and finding wives and German women like black men. So passport bros and the terminology and the definition didn't create anything that didn't exist. These clowns just gave it a name. But now when you put the word passport bros in YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all these social media platforms, all you're seeing is negativity. All you're seeing is the Floyd Wallaces. All you're seeing are the individuals that were in countries that were profiting and exploiting women there with zero intention on finding someone to spend the rest of their life with. A lot of the negativity surrounding the passport role movement has caused women, men, passport roles, fellow travelers like myself to look down on those in it. Because what we have now is a movement where people are being arrested, people are being charged, people are messing with underage, people are taking advantage of women in poverty, people are going overseas and exploiting the vulnerabilities of that particular country. When I am looking for my partner, and I'm still looking for a good woman, right? I think I got about, you know, I got some time left, right? But I'm still looking for a good woman. But when I am in my search for what I feel a good woman should be or could be or what I want in my life, I am not looking at the city she's in. I am not looking at her educational background per se. I am not looking at these poor villages and towns. I am not looking at a woman in poverty. Like, these aren't things that I search for in order to filter out my partner. I am not saying let me go to some remote village that has no running water where they use the bathroom in a shed out back and find my wife. I am not saying, hey, let me go to a poor country in Philippines and Thailand and some of these other, Laos, Cambodia. I'm going to go there and find my wife, because I am indeed searching for someone special. But their sociological, physical, financial status means very little. I am not directly going to poverty looking for these kinds of women, right? If I meet a woman and she just so happens to stay in these situations, whoop-de-doo, right? Things lined up. But women against passport bros is a movement that has been going on since its inception. Women talked about men going overseas, messing with young women. There was an outcry. No, men aren't doing that. Men don't do that. Men would never do that. And you see Floyd Wallace. and you see his history, and you see the people that he hung around with. And here's my thing: birds of a feather flock together. Let me repeat that one more time: birds of a feather flock together. And guilty people deny they're guilty. Have you ever heard someone that was guilty, they're in 4K and audio, they have their fingerprints, their DNA, their text messages, their cell phone ping near the tower of a bank, and they said they didn't do it, and they had a plethora of evidence saying they were there? Hey, this is you on this 4K video. No, that's not me. Guilty people still deny that they're guilty. But we have to understand that women have every reason to not really being the people that classify themselves as fast food bullies. Women have every reason to not really like a man that's traveling from country to country. My situation's a little different, right? Because I go to various places for various reasons, right? Everyone knows I'm a DR baby, right? I love the Dominican Republic, right? Oh, it's just something about their culture, the food, the women, right? Everyone knows I'm a DR baby, right? I love the DR, but South Africa's on my list too, right? South Africa got on my list last year, right? But I know that if I'm going to the DR, that I'm a little bit more serious in my search, right? Because it's like going to a Chinese food restaurant. Oh, I'm gonna get General Tso's, I'm gonna get sweet and sour chicken. There's just so much in there that you like, and that's just how it is for me going to the DR. There's so much there that I like that, man, it's like I'm a shark in a sea full of fish. But I go to countries for various reasons. Like I love the DR. I'm a DR baby, right? I love the DR. I love Dominican women. I love women in South Africa, right? But I am not naive to think that I can't find a woman in Asia. I am not naive to think I can't find a woman in Colombia. I am not naive to think I can't find a woman in Ghana or Uganda or Rwanda. I am not naive to think that there aren't other places in the world where I can find a woman. But I'm gonna tell you a story, and I never said this story. I on my I only talk about passport bro stuff on YouTube. I only talk about passport bro stuff on YouTube. You say, why do you only talk about passport bro stuff on YouTube? Because let's be honest, some women really aren't into the passport bro movement. I'm not really trying to be associated with a lot of you weirdos out there, a lot of you Floyd Wallaces that haven't been caught yet. I'm not really trying to be associated with the movement. Like, I don't consider myself a passport bro. F that definition and whoever created it, right? I was doing this before it was a thing, before they gave it a name, right? Right? F that definition, right? I'm just a traveler I'm just a black man that loves to travel. And if I find someone special, I will welcome it with open arms, right? But I don't really I don't classify myself as a passport bro. But I do not have passport bro stuff and the craziness that I get into overseas, and the good and the bad, and maybe some of the women that I've met and women that have potential. I don't put that on my other social media platform, right? My Instagram, it's not there. You know why? Because a woman comes to my page and CCs me with 3 women in Colombia, 4 women in Brazil, 8 women in the DR. I mean, I'm just being honest, right? A woman come to my page and see me traveling all around the world. Let's be honest. Think about this. Is she going to take me serious? A woman comes, and let's be honest, you got to call a spade. A woman comes to my page and see me with multiple women and traveling around the world and doing all this X-rated stuff and kissing women and meeting women and dating women and getting out of relationships. And she's probably not going to take me serious. And let's flip it now. 'Cause I know a lot of y'all are biased, right? A lot of y'all want to be one-dimensional, right? You go to a woman's page and she always traveling. She always got a new boyfriend. She always got dudes in the video, always got dudes on the story. She's traveling around the world, right? Are you going to take her serious? Because if you look at it, right? Let's break this down. If you go to my ex's page, right? Let's say Vanessa, for example, right? We went to Albania, um, Spain, Portugal. We went to Miami. We went to Punta Cana. Uh, we went to Belgium, right? We went to a lot of countries, right? So you go to women's page, right? Vanessa's, for example, and she's been to random number, 7, 8 countries, right? 10 countries. 9 times out of 10, you go to a women's page and she got 10 countries in her stories. She ain't go by herself, right? 9 times out of 10, there was a dude with her, and you have to accept that lifestyle. If a dude go to my, if Vanessa's page and seen she's been all these countries, some of them you can drive to, cheap flights to, but some of them a little ways away, you can assume that some of those countries she was with a dude. And you can assume that I'm probably not really into that. Mm, you know? You gotta kind of like, I love a woman that travel. I've always said that I love a woman that travel. But if she's always traveling, she's selling something. Let's be honest. If she's always traveling, she's selling something. So, you know, women see men that travel a lot. Oh man, he's no good. He can't be faithful. He's a dog. He's this, that, and the third. I can't depend on him. He's always with different women. A woman sees a man talking to different women. That's not attractive. No woman's ever said, "I love a man that's a butterfly. I love a man that's with a woman on Monday and then with another woman on Friday, and in Colombia on Monday, and next week he's in the deal." No woman is attracted to that, and I'm not attracted to a woman that travels all the time. Because in my mind, I'm like, either she's selling, she doesn't have a job, but she's with someone, and none of those 3 things are attracting me to her. Let's be honest. The movement is
All
trash.
right, y'all asking, so here it go. I got 5. 5? Yeah, listen. Kenya, that's Aisha. Paris, that's Celeste. Toronto, Keisha. Rio, Larissa. And now London, Amara.
Boy, you got a passport full of
no
feelings.
fear of turbulence.
I am not saying that a man should have one woman in the first country he meets and it's going to work out, right? But I am saying that a man that travels extensively, a man that spends time in the country, a man that goes places throughout the year, multiple times a year, he is going to find someone that he's attracted to. He's going to find someone that he has similar interests with. He's going to find someone that could potentially be his girlfriend, his partner, his fiance, his wife. But a man that goes to these countries and obviously he's going to run into someone that he's into and decides not to settle down with them, right? Not to give them a chance, not to uh, uh, play the risk versus the reward, and at least see if it's going to work out, right? Whether you're staying there was a long distance, at least see if it's going to work out, see if they have potential, see if there's mutual interest. A man that travels and has no interest in relationships, a man that travels and hasn't been in relationships, is the reason why women are like, man, these guys aren't relationship material. These guys don't want relationships. These guys are butterflies. They're woman hopping. They're going over here to feel some sort of fantasy. They're going over here indulging in ST. A lot of men have set the blueprint for what women see and believe when they're looking at passport roles. And that's infidelity. That's multiple partners. That's the desire to not be with one woman. And let's be honest, guys and gals. A lot of us are becoming statistics. A lot of us are those men that are dogs. A lot of us are getting attention that, well, more attention than we got in the States, and we go overseas and we get a lot more attention and we really don't know what to do with it. A lot of us are the reasons why when women hear about passport bros or travelers or Americans coming to this country or that country, they know we're not serious. They know we're not looking for a relationship. Here's my thing. I want to be with one woman for the rest of my life. That's my dream. If that happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, cool, right? I'm not, thinking about it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But my dream is not to date 100 women. My dream is not to have relations with 100 women. My dream is to be with one woman for the rest of my life, right? The caveat to that is I'm not going to settle because I know what I'm looking for. I know exactly what she uh must bring to the table, quote unquote, as in personalities, right? She has to be, I want a woman that's independent, right? I'm a provider. I've always been a provider. But if a woman just is just with me so I can just pay her bills and get her hair done, and she lays on the bed and doesn't have a job or works at some intimacy or Victoria's Secret or Walmart or McDonald's, that's really not the kind of woman that I want to be with, right? Because I've had goals, I've accomplished goals, I've worked hard, I've done this, I've done that, I've made sacrifices. A woman that's just looking for a man to take care of her is not a woman that I want to be with, right? So yes, I want to be with one woman for the rest of my life. I do, but that one woman has to be special. And a lot of guys on YouTube haven't found the right one. A lot of guys on YouTube have lived in countries and they're just randomly going through women. So you're indulging in picture plating. Because if a woman's with you all the time, and obviously she's not at work, right? If she was working, she wouldn't be with you. But a woman's with you all the time and she's not working, what does that mean she does for a living? We have to stop being statistics. We have to stop letting these women win. And right now, when women are talking about passport goals and meaning and traveling and American meaning and guys flying overseas, a lot of the stuff that they say is right. All of it, no. But a lot of the stuff that they say is right with regards to meaning, them traveling and their intentions, right? Their intentions. And a lot of men that are traveling don't really have good intentions. Their intentions isn't to go to Thailand, Philippines, DR, Uganda, Rwanda, South Africa. Their intentions aren't to go over there and find their wife. My intentions when I travel, let's be honest, like, and as I've said, and I'll continue to say, I know what I want, but if I find someone compatible with me that's not the Dominican Republic, that's fine. But I know what I want.
Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta chill. Crazy.
I don't want to be a hypocrite, right? I've done it, right? But we have to stop playing with the emotions of women, right? Listen, I've done it, right? I've lied to women. I've told women I love them. I've told multiple women I love them. I've told women I love them the first week of meeting them. I'm lying, right? I'm trying to make them feel good, trying to get some ground and pound in, right? But as an experienced, as a knowledgeable, as a man who's made mistakes, we have to stop leading women on. We have to stop making women feel like they're number one when they're not. We have to stop being a little bit honest, right? Here's the thing. It's okay to say, let's take it slow. It's okay to say, I still want to get to know you. It's okay to say, let's give it time. It's okay to say, don't rush things, right? It's okay to say that. It's okay to say, yes, I'm looking for a relationship, but not this week, right? Because let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. Some women are looking for relationships right now. Some women are looking for relationships right now. Some women are looking to, I've met them, you met them. Some women you meet on Monday and by Friday, they want to know what's up. What are we? What are we is strangers. What are we is getting to know one another. What are we is friends, right? So I met women like that. Like the first week, the first couple of days, they always talking about relationship. What are we? What do you want us to be? I want us to be continue to get to know one another. I want us to be honest. I want us to be respectful. I want us to take it slow. What do you mean? What I want us to be? So I do understand that there are some women that love to rush it, right? And if a woman is talking about relationship, the first week that I met her, she already disqualified. She's already disqualified because I know you're using me. I know your intentions aren't great. Your intentions aren't pure. But I don't feel like there's no need in leading women on that are looking for something serious or looking for a man, right? Leading women on to make them think that they are the only one when they're not. I'm going to repeat that again. I don't believe that men should be leading women on to make them feel like they are number one when you're not. You can politely and respectfully tell a woman that, hey, you have potential. I like these things about you, but we don't have to make it official right now. Right? Because here's the thing. It's easy to break up with someone when y'all friends. It's easy to cut ties when y'all get to know one another. It's a lot harder to break ties and leave people alone and break up with people when you've known them a year, 9 months, 6 months, because you are emotionally attached. So here's my suggestion. Take things slow, right? Get to know someone before you become emotionally attached. Because that emotional attachment is going to have you crying. That emotional attachment is going to have you sad, depressed, miserable. It's okay to take your time getting to know someone. But that time shouldn't be a lifetime. We must be honest with our intentions with women so they are aware our pace. They're aware and we're not down to rush it. Most importantly, you must be picky, man. Women say, men are dogs, these guys, they're jumping from woman to woman. Yes, and that some of that might be true. But if a woman knows that I'm not looking for a relationship, she has to know that I'm talking to someone else. And then you have to know that she's talking to someone else too. So we have to stop letting these women bash us based on the truth, then get mad. We have to stop letting women bash us based on the truth, then get mad. Because the truth could never be considered disrespectful.
Hey, do you know a guy named Chris? Tall, always in sneakers?
Chris? Yeah. We used to date a while back.
Wait, you know Chris too?
Mm-hmm.
Dated me last